that notion of an occupation brings a different dimension to it. And the dimension that it brings to it is, if the police move in right away, it will likely lead to violence.
The Prime Minister hands police more powers to deal with protests like the one in Coutts. This as some have questioned how the RCMP has handled the more than 2-week-long protest.
People who want police to move in really quickly, those that don't want the police anywhere near them.
But King says enforcement of the protest isn't black and white.
What they're doing is more along the lines of a hostage negotiation, keeping communication open, talking about alternatives and things like that.
Making removal of protesters a more complex situation, Premier Kenney saying Monday morning he told Trudeau to hold off on the Emergencies Act.
We would prefer that the Emergency Act not be invoked, but if it is, we would very much prefer that it not be applied to Alberta. It's not needed. It could make the situation even more complicated.
It's putting the police into a really awkward position. They are not being supported here in Alberta by the provincial government.
What started as a protest against vaccine mandates for truckers quickly evolved into a situation where a definitive outcome isn't so clear, as Alberta has already removed its vaccine mandate.
Then the issue has morphed into something broader. It's everything that has to do with the pandemic response. And so, it isn't one government that can solve the problem. They're looking at provincial government, here now in Calgary, municipal government, and their mask bylaws and all of those kinds of things.
Alberta has released a step-by-step plan to remove all COVID-19 restrictions if hospitalizations continue to trend downwards, while the protest at the Coutts Border crossing shows no sign of ending. In Calgary, Jillian Code, City News.